Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all my wonderful and juicy and delicious little subscribers out there. That's how I love you all so, and I hope that you're all super duper well, super duper wonderful and super duper delicious, and that life is treating you oh so deliciously wherever you are in the world, okay? I do apologise, my delicious babies are all flipping tangled up here anyway. 3, 2, 1... Beam me up, Scott, my juicy little lights. Thank you, little light. You delicious there, bright night. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to any passers-by. And I hope that you too are having a super duper and delicious time wherever you are in the world. And that life is also treating you most wonderfully. So, there we go. And much love to my beautiful little subscribers, okay? Now then, and any passers-by, much love to you all as well, okay? Now then, yeah, so I was just having a little bit of chuckle to myself then, do you know what I mean, yes? Anyway, so the weather in our neck of the woods in the old UK, it was sun shining earlier. I've been out all flipping morning, so, you know, I haven't been able to look at, anyway, I'll get on to something anyway. Well, it's not windy now, so there's no wind, no rain, okay? Very dry. It's not cold, okay, but like I said, no sunshine, okay, my little babies, so that's that, okay. Of course, you know, we've got a lawnmower up the road, so if you can hear the noise, you know, I do try my best on my videos to apologise, you know, for any noise, but sometimes it cannot be helped. Anyway, now then, so what do I need to get to first? My delicious little babies, okay? I'm not going to make this a long video today, simply because I've got my readings to do as well. I need to bang them out. So, and thank you to anybody who even, you know, watches my videos. Thank you. And thank you so very much for any likes or anything like that, you know. Thank you so very much, okay, my delicious little babies. Now then, let's rewind and start again. Now then, let's get into this. So, now, you've heard me talk about our lovely, not in that way, our lovely Charlie Ward. So you've heard me talk about him, you know, on Charlie Ward TV, okay? Now, he used to be on the Dr. Charlie Ward, what was it? I can't remember now, flip me. Because I followed him, you know, like virtually from the start. Was it the Dr. Charlie Ward show? Okay, but then it went to, you know, Charlie Ward TV. Now, some months ago, because I've been listening about, you know, different countries, you know, wanting to join the old BRICS, which is, you know, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. But months ago, our lovely, and not in that way, our lovely dear Charlie Ward actually read out a list of countries that were already thinking of joining, and there was, there we go, rather a lot then, and that's months ago, okay? So to me, none of this is a surprise to me, do you know what I mean, yes? So, you know, that's that. I just wanted to mention it, my delicious little babies, because, you know, I don't know. Anyway, so I just thought I'd mention it, okay? Just joining, you know, the dots. Okay. Now then, so that's that. I just thought I'd just mention it, okay? Now then, I don't know if any of you will remember you know, what's his name now? Steve Jobs. I'm pretty sure it was Steve Jobs to do with Apple. You know, crunch. Okay, now, well, according to what we, you know, what we were told or informed of, you know, for those who were informed, I mentioned Steve Jobs, I'm pretty sure I did, and he came back into my noddle, you know, after all that time. And I thought, wow, do you say? Now, I remember seeing footage, my delicious little babies. I'm pretty sure it's Steve Jobs, okay? If I'm incorrect, I'm sorry about that. I'd have to go back and look again. But I'm pretty sure I said on another video to do with this man, okay? Now, according to, you know, what those of us out here was told, okay, is that, well, that he'd passed away. Okay, my delicious sticker babies, that he passed away. But something really strange happened. And that was that somebody took footage. I cannot remember which year it was now, my delicious baby. So I'm just being honest now. I cannot remember that, okay? But I remember watching a video. And this particular video, this man in this video, okay, the only difference was he had a beard. That was the only difference, okay? My delicious sticker baby is the only difference, okay? But he looked an awful, there we go, lot like Steve Jobs. Now, I mean, I know in the world, you know, that they say that everybody has a double, you know, with cloning and everything. Anyway, I know all about this, okay? To do with all, there we are, the cloning and everything, okay? And somebody used to cover a lot of that. And like I said, I hope he's all right, but, you know, not in that way, not in that way. I mean, and even before then, there we are, knew about the cloning, okay? There we are, just like the holograms, just like there we are, just about a lot of things, okay? Now then, so, you know, to me, I know that they always say that all of us have got a double. I mean, wherever I've flipping gone in the world, do you understand what I mean? Somebody will always say, I've said it before and I say it again, honestly, swear down, no joke. Oh, I've seen you in such and such. I said, oh. I said, well, it wasn't me. They said, no, it was. They said, we could tell you now it was definitely you. Honestly, they were so flipping adamant. And this seems to be wherever I go for some reason. I mean, do you see what I'm saying to you? My delicious little babies, yes? Anyway, so, you know, sometimes ones have to keep things in mind, okay? Please always go back to, what is it, Dolly the sheep? Okay, my delicious little babies. Anyway, I have to be, well, I say I have to be careful about what I say. Like I said on the other video, do you know what I mean? If I've got something to say, there we go, I'm just going to say it, okay? I personally do not feel that I'm saying anything wrong. No, I do not, okay? And I stand by what I say, okay? I'm not complying, okay? That's that. So, anyway, so, you know, so, but this man looked very much, there we go, alive to me. If you follow me, my delicious little babies, okay? Oh, I mean, only from what, you know, only from what I could say. Do you know what I mean? Even, and the thing was, there we are, even sounded like him. Do you see? My delicious little babies. But if you took the beard away, then there we are, just dead stamp. Do you see? My delicious little babies. Now then, this leads me on to saying, so I've seen this, well, when it broke out virtually, okay? And I've watched many videos on it. But anyway, from the offset, my delicious little babies, and I have to point this out now, from the offset. I looked at the one piece of footage where, you know, there was a plane in the sky. And then, you know, and then heading somewhere. And then, of course, you know, there was somebody there we are, to film it. Now, to me, that was rather striking. Do you see? And then there was like a white bit. So, you know, they were talking in a foreign language. So I'm not being, you know, disrespectful in any way to say that, okay? It was only a super short little video of it, okay? And then, but something else that struck me, and that was straight away, something else that struck me about this, was that when they were filming, see, I'm stumbling over this. Do you see, my delicious little babies? Right, I clocked it straight, there we are, straight away I clocked it, okay? They seem to be behind something else, like, surely to goodness, you know, if you can see, like, a plane coming out the sky, what's the first thing that Merst will do? They would want to, not to get super duper close straight away, but they'd certainly want to go closer to see, you know, as we've seen over the years, you know, where ones have filmed different situations, shall we say, do you know what I mean, around the world. But it seemed to me there was no rush, if you know what I mean. So even though it was a super duper 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 short little video, okay, it was showing the plane coming out of the sky, okay, and then a puff of, you know, like Puff the Magic Dragon, okay, and then of course, you know, all this dark smoke. Do you see what I mean, my little babies? But it's as though whoever it was that was filming it, okay, there was loads of clouds over there as well at the time, because there was a part of it where you could not see the plane. It would seem to be behind the clouds. My delicious little babies. Anyway, but what really struck me is that number one, that there was somebody there we are to film it, and number two, they never sort of went close. It's like, do you see what I mean? Like there's a fence, and then where the plane crashed, okay, was, you know, a lot further, yes? But this one seemed to want to, there we are, get out. The one who was filming just wanted to get it out. And to me, it didn't feel real. Okay? And normally I'd get like a confirmation, like a cold or something, my shoulders would go up. But I wasn't getting it at all. And that was at the offset, the very first little video that I seen. My delicious little babies, okay? I wasn't getting anything for that. So that would tell me no. Do you so? So, and if you're wondering who I'm talking about, now this is somebody called Prigozhin. My delicious little babies. Now I'm sure that for some of you delicious little babies, you would have heard of him, but for other delicious little babies, you would not have heard of him, okay? Now, you know, he's appears, I mean, I have not studied him. No, I haven't, okay? Although I have mentioned him before on one of my other videos, okay? Now, at the time, I do believe that I said, I think it must be a couple of months ago, or a few months ago, where I said he did not appear to be very well, it seems. Okay, my delicious babies. Now, this, like I said, is a super duper wealthy man, okay? And when you look at him, you know how like some, I can just say it, like you could look at somebody and they could have a mean look, but they could have a heart of gold. Do you see what I'm saying to you? There we go, my delicious babies, we can call it again, okay? But when you look at this Prigozhin, okay, I would say many, I've just got dealings, many dealings. I had the word dealings spelt out, okay, my delicious little babies. So, of course, you know, and I suppose, you know, you always get, you know, especially somebody with colossal amount of ka-ching, like that, you know, that it does not come without its ups and downs, if you know what I mean. I'm still joining these dots, you know. Anyway, so to me, and according to the story what I've heard, now I'm hearing all different stories. I have been for hours. Okay, that doesn't mean though, by the way, my delicious babies, because I actually never got to sleep till, what was it, about 3:30 this morning. Okay, I was too busy flipping, you know, because you're listening to all, do you understand what I mean, my delicious babies? But from the offset, if I had to say, and we must remember the numbers, my delicious little babies, okay? That to me, you know, I'm not a feeling. In fact, no, I'm just going to say, be done saying it the way it is. I do not believe that Prigozhin was in that plane. Okay, my delicious little babies. Again, I'm getting nothing at all. Not even the slightest, you know, like it, not even the slightest goosebump or anything. I do not believe he was in that plane. And I certainly do not believe, because you're hearing all different speculation, okay? Me personally, I do not believe that, like I said, every single government around the world, everybody knows my feelings, my delicious little babies. For anybody who's very kind to listen and follow me, do you understand what I mean? You know my feelings of the putrid government, okay? There's corruption, there we are, in every single one of them. None of them are flipping Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Okay? But of course, in the Seven Dwarfs, did you have one who was called? I can't remember now. I used to read it to my little bairns, my little girls. God, how I love them. So when we were little, was it the Seven Dwarfs? Did you have Mr. Grumpy, or was that the Mr. Men? Because you definitely had Mr. Grumpy and the Mr. Men, didn't you? Yes, you did. I don't know if you had Mr. Grumpy because you had the seven. Do you know what I mean? Is that where they sang? Is it hi ho, it's off to work we go. Do 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 do. I don't know, my delicious babies. Somebody's just like, do you know what I mean, my delicious babies? Yes, but if you look at the Seven Dwarfs, it's like they all had their little jobs, their little tasks. There we are. Do you say? My delicious little baby. Something's just made me say it. So, yeah, just to, conclude here, I believe, there we are, he's still alive. I do not, there we go, okay, got it now twice, okay? And like I said, when I've seen all of this, and everybody's, because of course you can have somebody saying this, somebody saying that, but of course it ultimately goes back to Putin, okay? Me personally, I was listening to a little video earlier, and I must say to you, while I was out, and which I very rarely ever take my dog and burn, but I did on this occasion, okay? And I'm going to be honest with you, my delicious little babies, I was just inclined to agree. Because, and not that I study Mr. Putin either, okay? But no. And we also have to look at in this, okay? This is what came into my, there we are, ding, ding, dong, dong, noddle. Is that I've said it before, because I've mentioned Putin a few times over the months on my videos. I think he's into, is it karate or is it jiu-jitsu? I don't know, it's something like that, okay? Well, with that, you have to be able to have peace, calm in the mind when you're doing anything like that, okay? And you have to study your opponent, do you see? But I do not feel that this is the work of Mr. Putin. I would say that all of this is distracting, and maybe if we look at this a different way, like I said, I'm not following the story as, okay, so if I get something slightly wrong, well, I apologise for that, okay? I'm just, there we are, taking, before I even say it, bits and pieces, there we are, out of what I'm taking, okay? Now, to me, if he's been seen Prigozhin flying here, there and everywhere, okay, well, of course, others, there we are going to notice, aren't they, around the world? Do you see, for ones who are following, religiously, do you see? That's number one. Number two, I'm just saying my thoughts. There we are. Okay, nobody else's, just mine. But I'm not going to say that Prigozhin never cheesed Mr. Putin off. That's not what I'm saying. No. But do I feel that, I'm trying to find a way to put this now. Do I feel that he wanted to see the complete end of, what's his bloody name again now? Sorry, everybody. Prigozhin, sorry. Do I feel that Mr. Putin wanted to see the back of him totally, like in a situation like that? And I've got nothing across my shoulders, so that would tell me no. Now, let's go back to Mr. Gaddafi, okay? And let's go back to how Mr. Gaddafi because I watched many footage on this here and there, okay, over these years. And then you've seen Mr. Putin with Mr. Gaddafi, okay? Now, to me, they would go for even say it, they looked very comfortable in each other's company. Do you see? Okay? So, if we have to look at Putin's personality, I'm only saying I'm an outsider looking in, okay? If I have to say, I would not say that Putin's way of life is to go around and let's just say to get somebody finished off. I'm just not getting it, my delicious little babies. It's not just me defending him. I'm just not getting it. Okay? Now, I like to feel, okay, you know, like I said, you know, I like to go with my intuition. Okay? But I'm not feeling that Mr. Putin, your man there, would want to see the complete back of this man, no. Maybe some others would. So, of course, he would be having high security he can afford, there we go, to pay the ka-ching. And, of course, Mr. Prigozhin, if we're looking, and he did a video where he was showing, and I remember that, actually, when he was showing, you know, things that he shouldn't be showing, okay? And I genuinely feel that that his mind, there we go, was a bit disturbed. Okay? And maybe he was just getting paid, there we are, paid off with everything. Do you see what I mean? Yes. But do I feel Mr. Putin wanted to see the end of him or, you know, blown up or anything? No. Not at all. But of course, this gives others around the world, okay, my delicious little babies, you know, man and woman out here, okay, plenty to talk about, which of course is then going to sort of divert things, there we go, away from other things that are going on in the world. There we are, if you follow me, okay. You have to see how they do the stories, how they bring it out and how it rocks, there we are, and rolls. Do you see? And I try my best, there we go, to follow what I can, okay? But I take bits and pieces, there we are, out. So yeah, finally, got nothing more to say apart from, no, I believe he's still alive. Well, I believe he's still alive. So sip of my coffee, please, and thank you. That's my final take on this whole situation. Okay, my delicious babies now then, because he would know, especially if he does have enemies, which I'm sure he does, but of course they've put it to bed now, haven't they? Because now he's out the way, and who's to say that somebody maybe could very well, they would go for even say it has helped him to get out the way, okay, and then to make something else out to be. That's all I'm saying, my delicious little babies, okay? I'm not saying that, you know, that somebody being taken out or assassinated does not happen. Because, of course, there we are, of course it does, okay? And we've been seeing so much of it. I mean, it's been highlighted here, there and everywhere, hasn't it? My delicious little babies. But to me, no, this seemed way too easy. There we are, way too easy. There we are again. You see, that's my end thoughts. Now then, I want to talk about something, my delicious babies. Now this is interesting because this afternoon, because I had to go out all morning, came back, thought, right, I'm going to take my beautiful little Ruby Tuesday out. Okay, no. So I was stopping off and I was talking to a lovely, you know, because there's a lovely little family over the back here, okay, another little lovely family, okay, and you know, his dear wife's dear husband, you know, he stopped his car, you know, to talk to me. I know anyway I mentioned Prigozhin. He always said I must look at that when, you know, when I get back. Do you see what I mean? Yes, you know, because they all working and there we are and doing other things, okay. But he's very much, you know, as well, trying to follow, there we are, different things, what are going on as well, okay? And so does his dear dad, bless. Do you see what I'm saying to you, see? So it's like we're all like-minded, if you get what I mean, yes? Anyway, And as I'm talking to him, you know, because he pulled his car over, yes, and I was stood on the pavement because I was, you know, to take little Rubes out. I said, you know, I can see down there. And he said, what can you see, Carla? I said, I could see like, you know, the Volkswagen, sorry, see, I stumbled over that as well, didn't I, my delicious little babies? The old Volkswagen camper vans, you know, what they use, there we are, to, you know, make into tiny little, like, motorhomes to drive around in. Anyway, yeah, this was white on the top, and it was like a kind of you'll know the colour, like a duck egg blue. Okay, like it's a duck egg blue, okay? Anyway, from where I was to where I seen it, just down by, you know, the bottom of the road there, well, it looked a lovely, tidy little, you know, because they do them up beautifully, they do, yes, you know what I mean? Yes, I've seen some fabulous ones, yes, okay? And I've heard many stories over the decades where many, you know, because at one time you did used to see, there we are, quite a few. And then, you know, as the years went on, it started to dwindle and dwindle and dwindle, you know, then to get hold of one, you know, could be rather, you know, there we are, expensive, unless, you know, somebody was kind enough to leave their camper van, you know, to somebody else. Do you see what I mean? But it could be an expensive game, you know, then you get the parts and things like that, okay? So anyway, let me just get back to this. So I'm just going to read just a bit out, okay? And you can find this, my delicious little babies, on DuckDuckGo, Quack Quack Go, okay, my delicious little babies, okay, and it is under R, you know, for Roman, V for Victor, share, so it's rvshare.com. Okay, my delicious little babies, on DuckDuckGo. Now then, so you're probably wondering, well, why is she saying these things? Why is she saying things? I always say things for a reason. Okay, my delicious little babies, and anybody knows that of me. Okay, so I'm just going to read just a bit out. Okay, my delicious little babies, and then I'll go on to something else. Okay, so September 18th, 2015. The Volkswagen, in brackets, VW, camper van has been around for a long time. Since, sorry, excuse me, since the end of World War II, this iconic vehicle has spawned several generations. Yes, absolutely correct. Okay. Now then, unfortunately, the last one rolled off the assembly line in January 2014. Yeah, lots of different things joining the dots taking place around 2014, wasn't it? Anyway, let's proceed. So, and then I'll go on to something else here. 1947, the beginning. Okay, my delicious babies again, and then believe it or not, the Type 2 camper van. Okay, so we're still on the same thing, but we're on, you have to read in between the lines, my delicious babies, okay? Please and thank you. The Type 2 camper van had humble beginnings. It was created to carry car parts around a humongous VW factory in Britain. Okay, I just felt that that was enough to write down, okay, my delicious babies, because I needed to get my video out to you all. Do you see what I mean, my delicious babies? Yes. But if you go on to DuckDuckGo, that's all you've got to find, rvshare.com, okay, and you'll see it, and then, you know, then you can read all up on it, okay, my delicious babies. So, and then you'll just see, again, it's about, there we are, the different years, the different, I always, there we are, say things for a reason, okay, my delicious babies. I can well assure, there we are, everybody of that one, okay. Now the next one, now, and then I'll talk about something at the very end, okay? So, The next one is to do with Woolworths, okay? Now, I could be wrong here, I could be right, okay? I think I'm right. Was it first brought in, was it America 1909? Then it was brought across the pond. You know Woolworths, the shop, okay? So for most of you, you will know, and even I was upset when that flipping closed down, because I remember, years before, if you were going to go anywhere, you went to Woolworths. You know what I mean? And of course, what most still remember would be the old pick and mix. Do you know what I mean? Where I wanted to get sweeties and things like that, but they used to sell everything in there, books, one time many years ago, records and all different things, do you say? My delicious babies. Anyway, so let me just, that doesn't mean that, okay? Right, Woolworths Group PLC entered administration on the 27th of January 2009, officially dissolved on the 13th of October 2015. I'm going over the numbers. Now, and something else, Quality Street, like the chocolate, the sweets, like in England, in the UK, well, usually at Crimber, at Christmas. Sorry, please excuse me. At Christmas, okay, well, you usually find that most households would have had either Rosie's chocolates or they would have Quality Street. There we are. So you will find, do you see what I mean? And of course, it's something that's just gone on over the years, okay? My delicious babies, it's like for families to share. Do you see? Or maybe if they wanted to gift some chocolates, they could maybe wrap them up or put them in a little bag, a little fancy bag, and then, give them those. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, and I used to give things like that to the bin men where I used to live. Do you see what I mean? And give them, like chocolates or something just to say thank you, for them coming all year and, emptying our rubbish. Okay, my delicious babies? Anyway, so Quality Street was made in 1936. Seen many changes over the years, because it used to be in metal, well, I always remember them as that anyway, where they used to be in metal tins, and of course then you could use the tins, there we are, and you could, I don't know, like store like little buttons or, just store different things, Some may used to keep the tins, say if they used to bake, there we are, they used to bake cakes. Do you see, my delicious babies? So, and of course, if you had it in a tin like that, it was sort of, do you know what I mean? It was very sealed properly, if you know what I mean. Yes, it meant that your cakes would keep. There we are. Do you see what I mean? Yes. So, so just used for all different things, really, pens or pencils or anything, do you say? Anyway, so this leads me to saying, and then, that's the end of my video now. You're probably thinking, what should I just spent all this time rambling on about anyway? There's a point to what I'm saying. So on one of my videos, was it a week or two ago? I'd have to go back and, listen, okay? Well, I've got a lovely, dear little elderly neighbour up the road, God love her, and to be honest, she does get about, and, you'll see her, and it's quite a walk, on our road. And, and she's there, oh, God bless her. Sometimes she'll take a walking stick, another time she'll take a little trolley, but she makes a point of going out, I would say, every day. Do you understand what I mean? Yeah, she's a lovely, dear lady, God bless. And she always calls me Gaynor. My name is Gaynor, okay? And God bless her, but I give up saying that my name was Cal because, of course, she just, God bless her, say, just continue to call me Gaynor, so I just answer to Gaynor, okay? So I'd done my video, was it yesterday? Could be yesterday. I'd done my video and I thought, otherwise I would have I would have told you, okay, my delicious babies. Anyway, so I was around walking my beautiful and delicious little Ruby Tuesday, and anyway, I seen her across the road, the opposite side of the road, okay, and I was walking, this side, and she was walking that side. I said, good afternoon to you, my little lovely, and a name, which I will not say, okay? I said, have you had a beautiful and delicious day today? Well, she just laughs, do you know what I mean, when I say that? She says, yes, I have, Gaynor. That's what she says, yes, I have, Gaynor, okay? And anyway, then she crossed over the road, brought a little trolley, God bless her, and, was just walking up, back to where I live, she lives further on up, like I said. And she said, do you remember Gaynor? I said, what was that? She says, I thought, I'm dying to see Gaynor. She said when she was talking about the little buttons, because she's got one little, who's super duper beautiful and special, her beautiful little great grandson, yes, and she likes to knit, whether it's little cardigans, and all different things, yes, okay. And anyway, and she was, last time yeah, it was last time, we actually spoke to one another, she was talking about the buttons, and of course, in one place they were really expensive to buy these buttons, and then somewhere else, you could get them slightly cheaper, because it seems to me that, since the old, let's just say lockdowns and everything is flipping super duper flipping gone up twice as much anyway. So I said to her, and I remember saying it because she said, and do you remember, Gaynor, when you said to me, if you wish for it, because she wanted some buttons. I said, if you wish for it, I said, there we are, you shall have it. Okay? Anyway, she just, so we give each other a hug on that day, because I remember, because we always give each other a hug, okay? Oh, she's so lovely. She's smaller than me, God bless her, okay? And she said, and I just thought, she said, after I seen you, Gaynor, she said, I just thought, yeah, all right. She said to me, and just carried on walking, do you see what I mean? Yes. Now I've got a little bit confused now, because when I said to my dear neighbours, over the back, okay, I'm flipping now. And when I was thinking about it, when I was walking away, because I had so much in my noddle, because we were talking about all different things, to do what's going on in the world and everything, okay? I cannot remember whether the dear lady, whether she got home that day or it could have been the next day, okay? And she was brought by a friend of hers, yes? She was brought in a Quality Street, one of these tins or tubs, yes. And her friend had been collecting buttons, all different types of buttons, buttons that you button things up with your clothes, yes, from 1994. And what was really interesting when this dear lady was telling me, it was really interesting, because she said, I had such a lovely time, Gaynor. She said, I was in, and I said, you was in your element. She said, I was over the moon, I was in my element. She said, I was sat there, in the afternoon, going through all the little buttons, She said, I had a proper, tin tub full, do you know what I mean? And, but she mentioned the 1994. And she said, and when you used to get some of the buttons from Woolworths, she said, all those years ago, she said, they were here. She said, and the military buttons. My delicious little babies. Anyway, I said, oh, yes, military. Do you see my delicious little babies? Yes. So, yes, I just thought it was just really interesting. I just thought I'd mention a few things, that's all. But then she said to me, just to finish off my delicious little babies, but then she said to me, she said, she'd already said she was dying to see me to tell me. She said, oh, I've got to be honest with you, Gaynor. She said, I never believed in wishes. She says, but when you said when you wish, she said, and then I flipping got them. She said, and I said, do you believe in wishes now? She says, yes, I blooming well do. Do you know what I mean? So, and she said, it must be because you said it. But then again, I do get that from, other neighbours and things like this, you know what I mean? Yes? Where they will say, you say something and something really good happens. Do you understand what I mean? Yes? Well, I said, oh, yeah. I think it's wonderful. Me personally, I feel lucky to be alive, that we're alive and breathing. Do you know what I mean? Yes, really, that's our lottery, isn't it really, my delicious babies? Just being here, just to pinch ourselves and know that we're alive. Do you see? But when it comes to luck, no, it's like, whatever I said, it's like others have the luck. God bless. But I'm really happy for them to have that luck. Do you see what I mean? Yes. And it makes me feel happy. So when she told me the story, it's just amazing. But when she said there's just all different types of buttons, and of course, Quality Street, you look at the year, and then there we are, then you look at Woolworths, and you look at, there we are, do you see? You look at the military, you look at all these things, do you see? My delicious babies. Anyway, so that's the end of my video. So, like I said, must always keep the lights on, okay, stay alert, okay. So I'm going to take this off now because this is like a circle. And what's happened is, my delicious babies, I can untangle it. When I was in jewellery for all those years, everybody used to say to me, they used to say, Carla, and sort of politely either hand me the bag or throw me the bag, which is in a plastic bag. Carla, can you just undo that for us, and I'd be sat there flipping, undoing all the chains and everything, in chains get all caught up. They're really flipping, to get into, to get them. So I am just going to have to concentrate, yes, but I've also got to do bits in my front garden as well, so I want to try and get that done, my delicious babies. But yeah, it's just like one big circle, do you see? Anyway, and I like my batteries that way, batteries. Do you know what I mean, my delicious babies? Where we've been hearing about a lot of batteries. Anyway, sorry, I was thinking about sorry. I was thinking about something serious then. There we go, that's my laugh, okay? And of course, when I talked to a dear lady up the road, we had a laugh. Do you see what I mean? We did, Anyway, we always do. In fact, I have a laugh with all my neighbours, really. Do you understand what I mean? That's the thing, isn't it? You got to, a laugh a day keeps the doctor away, just like a smile a day. Do you know what I mean? Everything, a smile, a laugh a day, a smile a day, an apple a day keeps doctor away. Do you know what I mean? There's many things that can keep that away. Anyway, so please, give a listening ear, because it's always very welcomed, okay? Please take care of yourselves and please try to take care of others, okay? And wherever you are in the world, wishing you a beautiful morning, afternoon or evening, wherever you are, okay? Please have a super duper time because you only get one life, okay? And also, sending you all bright blessings, peace, love and harmony in each and every one of your lives, okay? And may your beautiful little selves, your beautiful little families be fully protected, okay? And please give a pat on the back, a shake of the old hand to some family members, to some friends or to some work colleagues. And please tell them that they're super duper wonderful, super duper juicy and super duper delish and that you love them so, okay? So until my next video, my delicious babies, sometimes it just seems like I'm just chattering about, whatever, but I never am. Okay, my delicious babies. So until my next video, thank you once again. Sending you all so much love and blessings, yes? Take care, thank you. Goodbye.